Your champion life coach has arrived. Alex Ansary here. Today's date is December 6th, 2024. Spent 3 hours at the gym, and I am avoiding eye contact with energy vampires, and I find my strength levels are stronger at the gym. And I find myself avoiding eye contact more with women in society and being less wearing the heart on my sleeve, so to speak, and allowing them to look into my eyes and see my pain, and then projecting outward the truth about my pain and what's really going on in that gym and what's really going on in this world versus me versus the world. And what's really going on here with me potentially choosing this combination of genetics, my height, literally choosing my parents possibly to access a vast level of information that I'm still trying to pull out of the inner depths and catacombs of my mind. And so it's so sad that in my younger years, I made certain mistakes in which I was destroying my mind. It's so sad that in recent years, when I fell into insomnia and depression, when I felt like I had to leave my land because my YouTube channel brought me heat and anger, not from the government, but from haters, people that wanted to shut down the message. And I'll never forget that, what that is like. To wake up to the fact that I'm treating with kindness today, that the matrix is within the mind and soul and body of my audience. You are the matrix. And so each and every day that I talk to you, I am talking to the matrix. I am talking to this world that is being terraformed. I am talking to this world that is being socially engineered. And so I am giving advice, not so much. I need to change potentially the title of the YouTube channel. The @ URL also. We'll change it later to something new. Okay. Nor can you trust everybody that adopts the 144 catch slogan or numerology. I want to point out there's a lot of numerology I'm seeing with 448, and a lot of it lines up with my own synchronicity regarding where I am in life. Being that I am 44.8, is it interesting that I see 44.8 all over the place? So we're going to be doing a podcast on 144,000. What does it mean? And I already did a podcast on it, but because I used copyrighted content, it was pulled down. I want to thank the one person there for holding your attention. It looks like you were still there. And so when you send eye contact, when you look at others, you give energy. And so when you're pumping up in the gym, energy gets sent back and forth. And it could be a bad energy and a good energy. And so during this period in less light, right, I'm actually choosing to, at the gym, look at people less and have more of my game face on, in which I see people that are a little bit more experienced living in this region hellhole than I am. They're real good at the poker face for a reason, okay? So when it comes to being nice guy or being less nice, as you've heard me say on a more regular basis, this year more than any other year, it's like a yin and a yang. You want to have a balance to it. Hello, 3 viewers. So this is a good time. And so you also want to know the power of sending your light. It literally is something like out of an action movie, and the A-Man did also. Sorry, what? You eyeball me, boy? And then you let that energy go back out, and then you put it away. You unleash the beast, then you put it away. It is not a weapon, and it is one, to be used and treated lightly. Otherwise, they'll also become demons, people, hip to your tricks. It's like that guy from Dragon the Bruce Lee story. I've read all your books. I know your tricks. You want to keep a few things, unlike me, but giving you some advice. When you're dealing with people and life coaching and demons and trying to involve yourself and becoming a beacon of light and pushing out darkness, you want to keep a couple of your tips and tricks and techniques in the back pocket and not out broadcast on the front of your shirt. But I walk around going, Demon Slayer, exposing evil since 2004. And I'm about to get another shirt. Been warning about the Chinese potential. Could happen. Hasn't happened yet. Chinese invasion with Leon, who I found since 2007. What, or shall I say, who have you been doing? Again, you're looking at a man who's spending 3 hours a day now in the gym. but having to, at 6, 7 sets, stop pumping iron because I have heart trouble. I won't be ashamed to admit it to you. I'm nearly 45 and I have pains. You can speculate with the information that you have about me what it is. And then I can ask the pendulum myself what it is. It is partially diet, and I have to become a stronger, smarter, older man now. The ice cream that I eat and the Burger King visits that I do and the Coca-Cola and the corn syrup that I occasionally take, as my friend says, my best life coach that I have, you're not a young man anymore. And she is the ultimate person in my life trying to ride my ass, to take care of my teeth, tell me you're going to lose your teeth, man. You're going to have dentures. All these horrible things are going to happen to you unless you change your ways. And so I'm grateful. And there's a lot of people out here in this world. And I didn't want to be exclusive to short brown men or anything like that, or just men, and just talk about advice for people trying to uproot yourself from this hellhole called planet Earth. You as a man, a woman, or whatever, your biology constantly is conspiring against you. Are we made in God's image, or are we made in something else? Okay, and that's the message that I have for a lot of Orthodox Christians and Orthodox Muslims. We're taught a lot of things, okay, by these human institutions. One is to breed a lot and have a lot of kids. I question this one. I question this program. I don't hate you if you have kids. It's not what I'm talking about. If you have kids, you have an obligation then. If you did make the decision to have kids, you have the obligation. Now, there's a dark side that exists within each and every one of us. And it's that part of us that will have kids and say, fuck it. Enjoy yourself, kid. Good luck with everything. Sucks to be you. You don't want to be that mom. You don't want to be that dad. If you brought kids in this world, it's part of your evolution to help them navigate the darkness of this world that may have co-opted you. Don't lose yourself in some guilt trip over what you did and what you said and what you've been through and where you're at. Do everything in your power to give your little man, your little woman a better chance, even if you've been hurt by men or women. Okay, let's mix it up. I also love to watch the 80s cinema, and I watched Mean Streets. Great movie. But as I watch these movies, I need to call out the propaganda that if we buy into that propaganda, it can weight us down to this world. My old friend Carl Symington said, what we are here to do in this world is to elevate our vibration to become lighter instead of thicker and heavier. We want to become lighter. And I thought to myself, because he's a heavyweight, giant, big black guy, well, that's kind of hypocritical since you're like a giant, but whatever. It was about becoming lighter, maybe in vibration. Maybe he didn't mean becoming physically lighter, but lighter in vibration. So certain sinful actions and certain dark thought forms may weight us down. Elizabeth C., I believe there was a comment left on my last video. Many souls are going downward. They're going downward into technology. That's the trap. I think they want us, so I don't want that to happen to me. Okay, I'm fine with when I'm dead, images of me being used for the positive purpose, avatars, things like that. But living in technology and avoiding going to a higher dimension, no bueno. And that's what they're probably trying to get people to do with the future and technology and cell phones. These people, I am told, that we see in this world on the hamster wheel, living life in relationships, we may feel jealousy. We may feel envy. You may be a man or a woman listening. That's all I feel like I can talk to. If you identify with beyond that, you'll have to go to another channel. But basically, we see people in this world that look like they're having a good time with their relationships and their children and their houses. But with that, there's more responsibility. It doesn't happen to all people, but to some people, that becomes their everything. And they come deep into the world of dunya and materialism. And their spirituality becomes centered around their sex life with somebody. Now, I'm not here to knock that. I'm going to express something. It is good to have a union sexually because sex is a gift. I've said it many times. The sadness of this world is sex is used to punish. Sex has become brutal. And sex is not, we're the furthest thing from a free love society. We have jumped into a pay to play society. where giant worship has gone to, well, it's on steroids in the same way that men got on steroids were naturally like, and so like from men taking steroids and becoming artificially big in that way to the women in the dating apps, filter out the men under 6 feet tall, to also the bizarre like giant boob thing that they got the men to worship, which I find to be revolting, and also the big female butt thing, which I also find to be revolting. So there's many, many things. Let's talk about that further. Let's talk about it now, that the man is led towards, that I believe is a highway to hell. And so the super promiscuous male who uses the female, who worships big butts and really can't lie. You others can't deny. They have embedded within our pop culture demon speak. They've tried to put the man on demon time and the woman on demon time. And this is the ultimate message. I don't know whether it was the UFO thing that came out of the solar flare or whatever after Roswell of 1947 or what, but we have been descending hardcore into darkness from 1950 to now. From the time period that my mom was born, which is 1960, a man born in 1956, those two were hatched or came to life during a period in time in which the evil of this world was conspiring, but they didn't know when they were young, to take away their innocence, to harm them and dupe them through people, places, and things. I'm not saying they're ultimately evil. I'm saying even myself, my innocence through certain people I mentioned in the past. And had that not happened, I would have been in another. But so part of living in this world is getting attacked when you're young and having deceptions come at you early on. And so these things that people also, so basically right now, most of the world is mentally ill. But it's not like a mental illness that you can easily diagnose and fix with a pill or a therapist. It's a type of mental illness that is a spiritual sickness that is really on a chronic demonic attack. And so there are so many people that are literally on their way to lower vibrations after this world. There are people that are hallucinating shit, that they're progressing, that they're evolving. Worse yet, you have a lot of bad conspiracy theorists, right, that are on the dark side, that are hallucinating a grandiose spiritual awakening, 5D or ascension. In other words, you have people that have been on the internet for years that know about weapons of mass destruction, that should know they're planning for a third managed World War III scenario, that should know there's millions of dead people in Afghanistan and Iraq, right? And that this country is still printing money out of thin air. In the past, it would be critical of the Federal Reserve and printing money out of thin air. But with the rise of QAnon and Donald Trump being presented as some sort of savior, he's not held accountable for all that money he's been printing, that he printed during his tenure. Him and Biden, there's no difference. Both of them together created an enormous national debt that this country will never be able to pay back. All it is a bunch of smoke and mirrors regarding Donald Trump and people making false claims that he did anything positive for this economy. Printing money out of thin air is something they used to criticize Obama about. There is no legitimate wealth that America had to dish out those PPE loans under Trump. Have I made myself clear? What many of you need is a real education on this planet. And what you have are bad teachers, bad men, bad women. Okay? And so it's not about the women, it's not about the men, but we have to criticize the men and women that don't give a fuck about human trafficking. And you'll notice these fucks, they have families, they have jobs, they live good lives. We can look at an Aaron Doherty, for example. Many times in the past, I looked for information that I, put out there regarding the solar flares and this, that, and the other. And I would find myself constantly seeing the algorithm on YouTube promoting the same tall, white, and black speakers or straight Hindus, and always staring away like the rest of society, people like myself. And it's so sad. It's so sad seeing people punch down either on me or to lift up, not so much to punch up, but to lift up people that are already being carried by the chariots of the algorithm. In other words, people that are already being promoted by the YouTube algorithm are often the people, sadly, conspiracy people and people that claim to be starseeds will promote also on their own social media community tabs and accounts, people that are also being carried by the New World Order, by the system itself. And that's horrific. Someone truly awake would realize what shadow banning is, and when they speak shadow banning out of their own mouth on their own channel, they don't then go and promote the Alex Joneses and the bad boys of the world. They care about the underdog themselves. And so you cannot trust right now, as my shirt says, question everything, trust no one. I have 20 years experience, and I'm owning this sign as my own. Not an extremist sign, but one of a sign that does bring to life power. Because there is power in my words, okay? And I challenge ye, if ye decides one day to sway my mood in another direction, to email me and tell me your story, right? Magic Shift 333 at proton.me. You don't like that? Solar Storm 333 at proton.me. You don't like that? Alex _Ansary at hotmail.com. And that's it. I will not beg you for jack. A cycle of time is now over. It is over! You have been tested. You have been prodded. You have been begged. I have begged you on my hands and knees for you to tell me that my life matters. For you to show me that you're doing something to fight the rape of women on a massive level and scale. I have asked you to step up to the plate and participate, and not just be a passive observer. And at the end of the day, I can easily rate the collective and see no visible difference between my audience and the sheeple zombies that are now invading planet Earth, coming from the demon realms. The portals are open, and there's no closing them now. It is unless I actually look at you in your eyeballs, with you across the table from me, in the real world, Chico, that you show me love as a military veteran, if even that. We actually have to be locked up together in some ward or something for us to even have a conversation. And that tells me everything I need to know about the programming going on right here on the internet. You can't, from just watching YouTube videos and just passively watching someone without helping them be a part of the shift or actually prove that you are awakened and part of the soul class or the angel class. You actually have to do it through good deeds and character, okay? And so beware of the false teachers out there that are not actually promoting compassion for others, okay? Just talking about a spiritual awakening and talking about fluffy-dovey frequencies and little sounds going off in your head. I'm feeling the shift. I'm feeling a shift. Yeah, that's your consciousness being targeted by weapons from space. Yeah, Trump's buddying Musk, targeting with Starlink, and they can maybe adjust a little bit, make you feel, whoa, oh, I'm feeling elevated now. It's like a frequency. They literally can simulate and stimulate a simulation of pleasure. They can make you, oh my God, I'm ascending now. Oh my God, Donald Trump's the Messiah. And they did this shit. You heard it here first if you were paying attention 10 years ago. Have some white Americans become target individuals? Oh my God, ISIS is everywhere. Donald Trump is a god. This must be enlightenment. 5D! No, honey. 5G? No. 5D! No, honey. 5G. At what point are you going to start holding everyone and everything around you that you can touch, talk to, look at, accountable for the mind control that they are a part of? At what point are you going to look around this Christmas at your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your husband, and go, why are you worshiping stuff while people are dying? What is there to celebrate with all the stuff? Well, human trafficking is getting worse, and the next generation of kids are going to be sold and trafficked when America loses its money. Why not give those kids books? Why not buy my books this Christmas? Why not actually buy my books this Christmas for your friends and family? From Amazon.com, Solar Wars 2025 and the original Solar Maximum. Why not give the gift of knowledge? Why not buy all your friends and family a yearly membership to alexansary.substack.com? Why not give the gift of knowledge? Why not help others get outside the matrix? Why hold on to this deep, deep esoteric knowledge all to yourself? You are being commanded by the cosmos to start activating this world around you, because if you don't start activating yourself and your environment around you, you're going to be taken over like an undertow, and it's going to pull you down, down, down. And at one point, you might even lose the will to live. At one point, people on the dark side, maybe not you, may quickly see no value in other human life and may become possessed by a false God consciousness that they have been commanded to cleanse the earth for God. No, that's for God to do. And God can do that through taking out the grid. God can do that through natural disasters. God does not need men or women to go on the hunt for other men and women. So we're going to get out in 2 minutes and come back with new future heavy bag videos. So as I say at the gym, telepathically, what the fuck? Okay? My interest in becoming aware of the type of human that is around me is ascertaining if they're a threat or not, but all lives matter to me in spirit. They really do matter. But when other people obsess, I know it's coming from a dark place and they don't really feel relaxed around me with the combination of things. And the way of the spiritual confident man, be it short, tall, yellow, white, brown, male or female, is to blast forward through that wall of concrete without giving a fuck about the lower thought forms, because I know a day and time is coming where women are going to be applauding and cheering on podcasts like this. They're going to have a completely different DNA. They're going to have a completely different consciousness, and they are going to vibe with what I'm saying. Whereas the people of 2024 are more of a, we're watching, they're eating a cookie and their hands shaking, putting down, going, is this guy for real or not? I'm not yet ready to vote for him. And that's where you personally lost my vote. My audience lost my vote the day that they couldn't show up on time when I said, I'll give you free passes to my inner meditation class. Just show up and give me the same vote of confidence that you give Donald Trump, your husband, your girlfriend, Harris, Biden, Obama. Just name somebody that you're screwing. At the end of the day, I'm in my own little virtual world, aren't I? And we can't count a single man who will ride with me. But yet there is a nature to me that is prophetic. But yet at the end of the day, we cannot see the males riding with me, literally, spiritually, or my partners in the alternative media. That means no man stands with me. That means the men of the earth stand against me. And you know what that means? That means the men of the earth are not innocent, but they're keeping secrets. When we talk about the way of the bad boy and exposing the bad boy, there are things that men are keeping from me, like the women, that we would call secrets. Secrets of the bad boy trade. And I'm telling you, the more secrets I become aware of the bad boys through my research online, the more I will leak for the betterment of mankind. I'm Alex Ansary. Until next time, take care.